I've always kind of been afraid of just like the vague threat of like being in trouble, which is supposed to fade away when you grow up, but I've always kind of like holding above me. So like pretty much any memory can be corrupted by guilt. I think the most important thing about reality is realizing that it's extremely subjective. So when you're taking in any kind of information, it's important to know that about 99% of all stimuli can be ignored, but it's up to you to filter through it and pick what is personally important and relevant to you. Because unfortunately, it's your own vehicle that you're driving, so you have to support it. How's that? I know that was a little weird, I guess, but my thoughts are a little unorganized. So, but thank you.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, this is my first time in this room. I really don't know how it works, but yeah, I always feel like I can treat my friends better. I try really hard to take care of them, but I always just feel guilty when I let them down, or I can't always be there for them. So that's one thing that definitely makes me feel guilty. A lot of the time, it's just that my friends are in difficult places in terms of mental health, and I can't always be there for them. I try really hard, I do, but yeah, like lately things haven't been great for one of my friends, and she's just been not in the best place, but I don't always have the time or energy to be there for her.
I'm 22. I've been smoking not 12 years, 9 years probably. Lifestyle, I guess, for how I grew up. It was definitely ghetto. In a way, at least like the area where I was living at, that part was more of like the hood. Everyone acted who they were, like something they weren't. I guess they had that like ghetto mindset or whatever. I mean, I grew up with it and I adapted to it and everything, but I didn't cling on to it like it's life or something like most people usually do. And I mean, seeing them now, not a lot of them are very successful. Sucks to see it, but I mean, it is what it is. They just kept clinging on to like wanting to do dope, smoke weed, not care about school. I mean, I got out of that phase probably within like a year or two or something, because like I knew I didn't want to live like that. Eventually I want to be able to do my own thing. Yeah, I graduated and everything. Ended up moving probably like 30 minutes from the town that I was living at. I ended working at some like factory for a couple of years, and then ended up working at Walmart and whatnot. But I mean, I never like, you know, I didn't fuck up in a way, I guess. I mean, I'm still living in the house that I'm living in.
Only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing.
When my father's mother died, I was so hyped up about getting one thing, and once she died, I haven't seen my father for some time. And then I met him on his way to her funeral, and instead of asking like, hello, how are you? I'm so sorry that your mom died. I just said, have you brought that thing I wanted? And yeah, I'm sorry till this day. I said that to him a few times, but no, it's odd.
I'm a pretty righteous man.
You
I
can
got
start.
nothing. Okay, yeah, I'm a devout religious person. I've no regrets. Never sinned. I literally just joined a random VR chat server. I'm gonna leave now.
Scared him away. What the? Not so righteous anymore.
I've experienced more deaths through my life because I have family members that passed away from like the flu, diseases, or some kind of illness. And others die from like car accidents, war, and gang violence. Eventually became kind of emotionless, saying it's the way how the world works. I turned to multiple religions. I used to be Catholic, then I converted to Christian. Never found my answers there, but then I came to Norse paganism and kind of learning how to honor the dead, and by moving on with my life and keep fighting, because when the time is up and you're about to kick the bucket, get back up and keep going.
When I lose like a friend's trust, you know, or like when I say something that I don't mean, but they take it the wrong way, that's when I feel guilty. For the fact is that I don't, they do what they want to do, you know. It's not really for me to tell them what they can and can't do, but it's just don't rub it to me, you know. Don't tell me that, you know, don't shove it in my fucking face, because I don't want that, because I don't care, you know.
So pretty much I knew this person. I spoke to them for a while. Shit got serious. A lot of stuff happened, but pretty much I ended up not speaking to people who I enjoyed speaking to because of it. And I clocked it like it'd been half a year when I'd realised why the fuck I must be like friends with the people I'm friends with. Like they ain't good influences. They ain't where it's at. So I was like, I'm gonna get away from all this. I'm gonna focus on what I actually want to focus on. And so that's what I've been doing for the past year and a half.
Not being able to follow through with promises I've made others. Like say recently, like, you know, I take a lot of pride in the work that I do. So if I promise someone or say, hey, I'll take care of it, especially at work of all places, and then at the end of the day, no matter what circumstances I may be faced with that day, if I'm still not able to either take care of the department or take care of what I promised I said I would get done, I go home feeling guilty about that, and I hate that.
I mean, I have regrets, but you know, I don't like to think about the past. I just kind of here and now type person. If it doesn't matter now, I don't care. You gotta force yourself to look at the things that matter and the things that don't matter. Take life one step at a time. You don't want to rush things. You don't want to put too much pressure on yourself. And you know, take things slow and don't worry about things you can't control.
Norse paganism it's the worship of the Nordic or Scandinavian gods like Thor, Tyr, Freya. There's a tradition / ritual within my kindred, which is one big happy dysfunctional family of people who worship the same gods. We do what's called the 9 days and the 9 nights. Basically, that is, by lore-wise, Odin hanged himself and stabbed himself with Gleipnir and stayed on the tree of life for 9 days and 9 nights to seek more knowledge and wisdom from his surroundings. So instead of hanging myself from a tree and stabbing myself, how we do it is no internet, no electronics, no TV, just you, books, out in nature, or staying connected with your own family.
This is probably my first time with a good headset. I haven't really done VR in like 5 or 6 years, probably. I think it's a really good experiment. I'm not really a super social person, so my kind of favorite thing to do here is find abandoned worlds. Like that's kind of what I used Second Life for, is I would find things that no one was at, and you would find like really unique kind of niche stuff. In Second Life, I found there was this woman who wrote her own like Victorian era novel, and she actually made like the whole fictional countryside in Second Life. And I don't know how many people got to see that, but that's kind of my favorite thing here, is like everyone contributes something, and so it's extremely unique, you know, every time you look out for something. I like it. I like seeing snippets of various strangers' personalities. Well, it's like when I take the train, there's always a bunch of houses whose yards are open to me to see on the train, and some of them you can just see like, you know, just standard backyard stuff, but then there's like a cardboard cutout that's super sun faded of Mike Wazowski, or like just hippie signs and stuff that they want people who are passing on the train to see, and those are people who are never going to know their names or anything. It's just that one little second of personality that you see.
Not pursuing my own dream, just the negative feedback and everyone saying that it's a waste of time and that I'll never achieve it, so I didn't do it. Do own my own cafe, smoke a little coffee shop.
I think it's like the fact that I cannot like finish the university, and no matter how hard I try it, it's way too hard for me. I have like 5 exams left to the degree, but no matter how hard I retry the same exam, the result is always the same. That is why it's so disappointing. You know, I'm so this close to finishing it. No, at the moment I'm still trying. I'm not giving up.
Oh, actually, when I was in preschool, there was a nice Lego set over there, and there was one little Lego figure. It was called Jack. Everyone knew it because Jack was such a cool name. And I took it, installed it, and took it home, and took the head from the Lego figure at home and brought it to school. So I switched the Lego heads. So I had Jack for me all the time, and I'm still really guilty. It was almost 18 years ago, I think.
Maybe stealing like 300 euros from my parents' company to buy a PlayStation 2 and a game, and their company went bankrupt, and we lost a shit ton of money. I lost our house. It was pretty fucking bad timing, yeah.
I don't think I feel guilty about anything. I mean, is everybody supposed to be feeling guilty? Like, why? I don't know. I haven't killed anybody. I haven't robbed anybody. So, like, why would I feel guilty? just trying to be a decent person. Everything is temporary. That's the message I would like to send to your viewers.
My favorite quote from Starsky and Hutch: "To error is human, to forgive is divine."
Damn. Yeah, I've seen loads of your videos. Like my whole history is like every third or second video is your video for the past week. So yeah, thank you for making those videos. They really are inspiring and encouraging. Like, thank you. Just thank you. They're great.
Kindness is contagious. When you are kind, you inspire others. Be the spark. Spreading kindness merchandise available now.